NASDAQ is still going. ES is 53.10. Yeah, that's going to kill the stream if that keeps happening. 53.12. Man, NASDAQ is still blasting off. Look at that. Just going. Absolutely flying. Absolutely flying. Crazy stuff so far. So that puts it at about, man, look at that. 500 points since noon on Friday. A 500-point move on NASDAQ. Wow. Incredible. All right, let's take a look at liquidity. We have 18,750, 18,784. ES right here at 53.05. They took off all the liquidity, but it's still there. It's still there. $53.10. NASDAQ has almost tapped that 750 liquidity, small top wick. NVIDIA's top wicking. The banks are still coming off. Russell is still coming off. Dow is still dropping as well. So the banks are really hurting the S&P at the moment. They can't get any steam because of the banks are selling off pretty aggressively. Pretty aggressively. If y'all were subscribed to my YouTube channel, you'd be able to find my links. All right. Large red on ES starting to come off as well. A little bit of pressure. A little bit of pressure. $18,731. NASDAQ, large red, pretty much gave out the entire green opening. 18,732 right here. ES came all the way back down to 53.08 without kind of dropping into the liquidity, but attempting to. 11.34. Let's take a look. NASDAQ or CL shifted liquidity to 75.51. Large green candle. Look at that. Smoked it. Smoked it. NASDAQ still flying. Apple is starting to fly now. Looks like NASDAQ is going to go for 600 points in about 15 hours. Crazy move, 755. Come on, refresh. We have 75.64 on CL, still dropping down to 75.40. ES as well is still hitting the 53.11. So ES is not moving at all. So I'm going to focus more on NASDAQ here to see if I can catch a move. But so far, it's still rallying. Still rallying. Apple's now flying 94.05, and VIX is down to 13. So they're doing the same thing with the VIX they've been doing, which is the pump and dump. Gap up the VIX and then roll it. Gap up the VIX and roll it. They are liquidating oil from 77 down to 75.50 and dropping through the last support and the daily POC for now. NVIDIA is 1140. RTY is getting dumped as well. Very tight moving on the S&P. There's so much pushing and pulling on the S&P, it won't move. So NASDAQ is really taking the brunt of everything at the moment. 5309.50. Here, I'll post the link again. It's still working for everybody else. So NASDAQ with another bottom wick, still heading higher. It keeps on putting on a red candle, then bottom wicking to go higher. Apple is flying. Microsoft is rolling back over. Very odd day. CL, they're putting on another liquidity here at 75.40. Apple has no chill. Yeah, Apple has no chill. I love it. Love it. 18741. What is that? 18713 you're there. CVD is still very green at 840. Am I still in my oil short? No, I closed it out on Friday. Closed it out on Friday. Why does your stream always start and start over? Not always. It did it twice last week. For some reason, the software keeps on shutting off the stream and giving me an error message. So I'm going to have to do an update or something to figure it out. I don't know why it's doing it. Red candle back over to 738. Let's take a look at Dow. The Dow is selling off. Russell's getting killed at the moment. We have the Dow is at 38,737. ES is coming off to 53.04. So finally coming on down. They finally got the 53 back down to 10. Once they get this area, 53.03. Do you post all trades you take in the trades channel? I post all swing trades, yes, in the trades channel. Unless it's something specifically reserved for tier 2. All my trades go in the trades channel. Large red engulfing on NASDAQ. Nice move. Russell still dropping 2082. They just took out support. And ES is coming off as well. I'm going to see if I can get down to 53.03 on ES. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. There goes NASDAQ. Still going lower. Exceptional. Exceptional. 53.07. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Any liquidity still POC at 18,700. And y'all are focused on pretty much everything except trading this morning. Y'all drive me nuts. Thanks, Devo. Appreciate it. Why are you short ES when NASDAQ is going up? Well, because of this reason right here. Because all liquidity is posted lower to 53.03, 53.02. And look at the banks. There's a complete discrepancy between what's going on in the S&P right now and what's going on in the NASDAQ. The ES is very weak, and the NASDAQ was very strong. Now it's getting crushed, which is great. ES is coming off hard. NASDAQ is coming off hard as well. There's 53.03, 53.04. And I'm going to roll my stop down here. Just in case it continues to go to 5,300, I'll set my stop about 53.04 once it breaches and go modus Erebus on that baby. Whole market's getting creamed at the moment. NASDAQ is getting creamed now. And oil is still sliding. Almost gave back a full dollar in the past 5 minutes. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Still going. Still going. Beautiful. All right, so that rolled down about 8 points. When you say roll your stop, is that a stop limit order? No. So when I'm actively managing my trades like that, what I will do is roll my stops on down manually. So I'll physically take my stop, and whether it be IBKR, I'll just type in the stop and hit enter. If I'm trading them on the props, I'll just grab the little horizontal line and shift it as needed. It all depends. But what I'll do is I'll go through the price action and find a key market structure pivot, and I will put my stop beyond that zone, because if I know there's a market pivot, I know there's liquidity at that level. And the liquidity for me is I want to be beyond the liquidity, because that's where they are going to swipe through that liquidity and grab the stops. And I want to be beyond that. $53.02 still dropping. Let's try to come down to 5,300. NVIDIA just hammer candled that red candle back up. Oil is absolutely getting killed through 76 down to 75. That's a full dollar in about 20 minutes and still going. I guess I'm trying to understand what type of order to place for a short to take profit. I mean, if you're in a short position and you want to put a stop on, you have to put a stop order on. You have to put a stop order on, and then you just set the stop wherever. But I personally set my stops beyond where the liquidity is, so I don't get liquidity wiped. You know, I don't want to be grabbed, stop run, or anything like that. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. Good question. I'm going to head over and take a look at the options data. Today, the SPX GEX is 53.15, currently in 528 on SPY, and 456, 455 on the Qs. Oil is still getting killed, 75, still dropping. Straight on liquidation of CL at the moment. NASDAQ is 18,688, and ES is still falling, and I want to try to get under 5,300 before anything. $5,300, $5,302. XLF is still dropping. The banks are getting hammered. Small caps are getting hammered at the moment. Chipotle's halted for some reason. Interesting. Interesting. How'd you get smoked, Dan? 5,300 on ES. Still dropping, and I'm going to ride this baby down. Took a short on NVIDIA. Well, so far they're not climbing. They just hammered that one candle, and they're sitting tight. So just watch. NASDAQ still dropping. Holy crap, looking at Chipotle. Interesting. NASDAQ is going lower here, attempting to breach the 680. 52.98 on ES, so this is a very decent trade so far on ES and riding it lower. Oil is still liquidating. ES is now liquidating. Dow and Russell are both getting killed. Microsoft is getting killed at the moment. And if NVIDIA rolls, the NASDAQ is going to get crushed. NVIDIA is going to get NASDAQ is going to get crushed if NVIDIA rolls. $52.97. Big hammer candle on NASDAQ all the way back up. That was a 30-point hammer candle right there. And I think that may stop me out of my ES short. Let's see, 5,300. That got down to where? That got down to 52.94, and that was a 7-point reversal on ES. NASDAQ is now attempting to fill lower again. Any news on CMG? I'll have to take a look. Not tracking CMG. There goes NVIDIA still falling. Microsoft is still falling. A split coming. Interesting. Interesting. How much to get a sniff? I don't know what that means. Aggressive hammer candle on NASDAQ right there off of 650. Everything is selling off on tech except for Apple, so Interesting hammer candle there on NASDAQ. Interesting hammer candle there on NASDAQ. 5,300. Reported technical issue. Must be all those people putting record Chipotle orders in. You got 2 times the amount of meat. Yeah. Interesting. $70 points on 3 micros. Nice AR. Well done. Well done. Let's see. The only thing holding up tech at the moment and current price action is going to be Apple and Meta. Amazon got crushed. Nvidia got crushed. Microsoft is still getting crushed. Google got crushed. So it's literally just Meta and Google holding, or Meta and Apple holding up the market, at least the NASDAQ. So we'll be watching closely here. 2 minutes till data. All you can eat shrimp destroyed Red Lobster. And then double the meat to excuse the Chipotle. All right, here comes data. 1 minute. $18,679. Russell is still getting crushed. $53.01. Let's go take a look at NASDAQ. Large green candle. Look at that. Boom. Let's see what they do with it. 713. Keep an eye on Nvidia, see how they react. 723. Large green. Nvidia is there, top wicking, 715. VIX is coming off aggressively. Let's see, Microsoft is going green, doing a great job of holding it so far. Major top wick so far on NASDAQ, buying it back up. $18,704. We got Apple still going. So far, not too much movement, just a large green so far. $18,710. Double top wick across the board. 20 G's, baby. What's that mean? Hope Rowan Crady sold his calls. Yeah, tell me about it. Large engulfing red, dropping. Oh! I just lost all my rhythmic. I just lost all my rhythmic. 18,684 dropping. $53.01 top wick, major top wick coming on down. Critical error. Top wick on NASDAQ, 16,863, giving out lower. Beautiful stuff. Oil is still selling off, 74.60 so far. That's a $2 move. ES is 52.97. Nice move still. Unfortunately, I'm stopped out of my ES short, so I'm not short on that one anymore. But it was a great trade. It was a great trade. 683. Overall, though, we're just kind of hustling and bustling in the morning range, just back and forth. Not all that crazy a price action at the moment. 16,682. Apparently there's some technical issues. I saw that, yeah. Some crazy technical issues with the feed or whatever. NASDAQ still wants to roll over and dump a Roni. Issues again. This is a joke. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. Apex flatten account isn't working either. Crazy stuff. 18,672 still dropping there. Very slow though. Oil is starting about 74.62 after a very large drawdown, 34.73. NVIDIA options moved to 250 spread instead of 5. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now. I would recommend caution on any trades currently. I recommend caution on any trades currently. TLT is blasting. It is blasting. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. I didn't go see what the data was. 74.58. NASDAQ looks like it still wants to roll right here. Trying to. 52.97. Let's see. 18,650. Still top wicking. Oh, looks like Rhythmic is back up. Just got the little diddle-doop. Thanks for the video on plotting levels. My levels have been gold for my trading. Oh, nice. You're welcome. The last big 5 minutes, looking for a bounce between them. You're very welcome. Very welcome. About to pump full port into BRK at 185. There you go. 18,650 is liquidity on NASDAQ here. That's another 30 points down if we were to do it. Another top wick. And NVIDIA is going red here. So 650 is where they hammer candled on NASDAQ a couple of minutes ago. If they clear that, we'll look for a little shift lower. But right now, there's a lot of weird stuff going in the market. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Just be careful at the moment. So my Rhythmic shut off again. So it looks like I'm done with any kind of prop trades today. $18,675. Let's take a look here. 650. ES still has the 52.97. Now, if you look here, they are shifting liquidity from 53.15 to 52.95. So we have liquidity up and down, but mostly skew here to 95. It looks like they're probably going to reset a whole bunch of accounts again today. Oh my gosh. Crazy stuff. Oh my gosh. 18,366. Is live streaming off for everyone or just me? We have 53.03 here. NASDAQ is still holding the bottom of the range, and they have this 18,650 on right here. Is a live stream off? I don't know. Should be good for me. Apex accounts are taking trades on their own. Yeah, this is like, what, 3 or 4 days in a row? 3 or 4 days in a row it's doing that? I don't know how y'all are even taking trades. How do you know price will bounce to absorb liquidity levels on Bookmap? You don't. It's more of a, you have to tie the liquidity into what the price action is doing and the skew. Bookmap on YouTube is out too. Interesting. Apex Trades accounts are taking trades on their own. Interesting. 5302 still there. What do we got? Let me take a look here. 5303. Take out the data feeds and they'll really hide your orders. Yeah, tell me about it. NVIDIA with another top wick right here. NASDAQ is 18,675 dojied out at the bottom of the range. ES is holding there as well. Again, it's been a very wicky day. A lot of weird stuff going on with data feeds and all that other fun stuff. So we'll see how this morning can move. We just had a little bit of data there at the top of the hour, which threw a lot of crazy stuff. But look, they're putting on 52.95 with a little 52.85. Let me go take a look at how the GEX has rolled here too. They are building in 52.85, 95, and then 53.15, which is, 10, 20, and 30 points higher. VIX is still holding 13.18. TLT rocketing to 92. And there goes NASDAQ holding 18,650 and dropping. The amount of time that I'm being forced to waste on stupid prop firms is starting to aggravate the crap out of me. Like, I'm just IBKR all the way. I'm done with this crap. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Big pet peeve for me is wasting opportunity. I hate it. 18,650. Yeah, just Apex. Either way. Either way. I already shut down my top step because I already took my trade on it in pre-market and hit my goal, so I was done with that. But I'm going to open that baby back up if this crap continues. Let's see, June 3rd contracts. Current IV is about 17%. NASDAQ just hit that liquidity, 18,650 right there. And to answer your question, that's the stuff I'm looking for. Is they skewed the book down. They managed 18,650 twice. They put it on, took it off, put it on, took it off twice. And then we came down and transacted 18,650. So they lowered that liquidity lower right into that area. And then what did we just do? We just top wick right over and then transacted that liquidity. It's beautiful. Yeah, I've never had an issue like that on Top Step. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'll open my trade evade back up. It's Bush League, man. It's like freaking child's play. Apex constantly changing rules, starting to pay out some high, starting not pay out high rollers. The end is near. I probably agree with that. Yeah, probably agree with that. All right, 5300 ES. NASDAQ is coming up as well. Rocket ship on CL after buying into the major support. They just shut off their chat again. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, 5298 here. Let me get a good representation of what's happening. ES just tapped on S2, which is overnight pivots. They take out S2, we could look for S3, but that's a decent sized pivot at the moment. VIX is cranking, 1327. $52.98. Interesting. NVIDIA, nice top wick. Yeah, they're starting to come over again. They're starting to come over again. Keep an eye on them. Back to 5,300. I think with bookmap seems to be down. Mine's okay. There you go. I think with bookmap needs to be shut down permanently anyway. So ES is coming up. We got 5301 back into 5302 range, and we're what's the difference between global and global plus accounts and bookmap? What you can trade and what you can monitor. Hello, check, check, check. Y'all hear me? Golly, man. There's a lot of crap going on today. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, the morning range goes from 8:30 to 9:30. Central Time, 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern Time. The first hour of the trading session. Nice little pop there. NVIDIA is still going lower. ES is kind of popping back up. Apple breakout. It looks like they're going to go for 53.15 possibly. I don't know. NASDAQ, they just wiped off pretty much all liquidity on the books. There's nothing left for liquidity on NASDAQ. You said you were back on the morning range and threw me off. We are back in the morning range. Yep, we're smack dab in the middle of the morning range. Finishes out here in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. FBI is warning about cyber attacks. Take down the stock market, you kill the country. What happened to Berkshire, man? It crashed. Ain't no bueno. China's finally hitting us. Yeah. Yep. Alrighty. Well, I got one good solid trade on today before all the mayhem hit. At least during the market hours. Baby's quietly sleeping and the Rangers lost. It's going to be a good day. There you go. We'll try to get something going here, assuming everything kind of clears up. From a liquidity perspective, do you believe that ES and NASDAQ are correlated, meaning if there's liquidity on ES? No, I don't. No. He liquidated to cover his GME shorts. Probably. We got right here, 5302. What's Amazon doing right now? Amazon's holding 176. NASDAQ is still heading a little bit lower, 16,688. Yeah, it's a big mess this morning. Just be careful taking any trades today. A lot of weird stuff. A lot of weird stuff. Overall, we're looking at a, what? About 110 point range on NASDAQ, which is actually pretty good. I just took the ES with you. Nice, Nancy. 16,682. Yo, Buffett, you good. People say BRK. What if he died and they sold everything off? We just haven't hit the news yet. It's possible they waited for after the market announced Munger died. Yeah. Has this happened before in the past? I mean, we've had data outages before in the past. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like this has happened before. You just got to be careful when stuff like this happens. Market's now recovering. ES up, NASDAQ is up. Just barely. Weekend at Bernie's. Apple's still flying. VIX is dead flat. Don't really know what to make of a lot of stuff right now. On the 15-minute, we've got a large doji after the engulfing red, and then another doji forming. If you're looking ES right now, we've got a very large doji and then a very, very small doji. So both on the ES and NASDAQ the same. Friday was weird and the spikes are completely questionable. Friday was amazing. That was just the end of the month rollout. Today is a little bit different. We have actually some actual data outages, which is a bit odd. Did the OM YouTube stream go out? No, not yet. 18,683 NASDAQ is pretty sparse. Very light liquidity on NASDAQ. ES has a little bit coming off and on here. We've got 53.15, 05, 00, and 95 stacked, with an 05 being the main level coming on and off here. Friday was an extraordinary day. Extraordinary day. How confident am I off shorts off S1? If this top hooks again, you can play it down to S2. I'm being a little cautious at the moment. A lot of weird stuff. Like I said, I don't want to get caught into some sort of data failure. We've got the VIX still holding 13, so volatility is still slightly elevated and holding. Funny how it all happens when GME spikes. Well, there's probably a lot of dudes that are a little sweating right now. You know, if those roaring kitty numbers are accurate and somehow not just a joke, then we're no longer dealing with some, $2 million Paisan. We're now dealing with a guy who has $250 million of liquidity. And $250 million can move a stock a good amount, especially GameStop. So, it's no longer fun and games. And he just caught the attention of a lot of people, if that's actually true. And a lot of people that he probably doesn't want to catch the attention of. That's top G, yeah. I mean, he literally just became a hedge fund. That's hedge fund style money right there. And he's some little just dude sitting in his office as a financial advisor. Better call Saul, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ironic part is that GameStop is fun and games. We like the stock. It's simple. How can you be that smart to make that much money and then make some stupid choice to share it online? Because now he knows that sharing it online is going to make him another $250 million. He knows that every time he posts, the stock goes up 100%. So why not load calls, make a post, and make $100 million? I'd like to do that. Have my coffee, wake up, I'm worth $250 million. In another month, I have coffee, wake up, now I'm worth 75% of $1 billion. You do it again, hey, maybe I'm a billionaire by the end of the year. That's some delicious coffee right there. Delicious coffee. But when you have a social media presence like this that is now correlated, I mean, this is a form of a new normal. It's a form of a new normal right here. When you've got what 18 million people on Wall Street bets now, and they're all hitting on the same drum, beating on the same drum, it's a new normal. Nasdaq is about to fly again. He doesn't have insider info. It doesn't work for GME. It doesn't have to. He's got 18 million, people on his side smashing the bid. He doesn't need to. All he does is post on games on Wall Street Bets, loads everyone it calls, and the market rallies. Anyway, 53.15 liquidity is the upside. They keep on putting on and off this 53.04 here. Nasdaq continues to get through 800 or 700, but rejects them every time. They have liquidity off and on at 660, and that is it. There's no real liquidity on the books here other than this guy coming off and on at 860 here. And obviously that's another fourth failure trying to break through 700. So at the moment, Nasdaq does not like 700. He just likes the stock. Yeah. Cray cray. Notice board. Let's see. They shut down the chats. What a bunch of goons. It's the same as DAX. Doesn't like the error of 1860. Yeah. Yeah. Some very dangerous people come after him when he clean them out. Probably. What days do I stream on YouTube? Every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, open to the public. Tuesday, Thursday, closed to the public. Or closed just for the Discord. 18696 still hanging out here. Not a lot tradable on the ES and Nasdaq. They're both just hanging out. Although if Nasdaq finally gives out 700, I'd play him back up to the morning high. This is now the fifth attempt to break 700, so they want to continue to try to get through there. And if they take out 700, then up we go. Would you ever add FX features to your tool bet, like the yen, euro? Not really, no. Maybe I wouldn't say never. Maybe one day. One day. Right now, my goal is to shift into to bring back more of the old strategy before the scalping started, which I'm currently in the process of doing. I started doing that back in March, and do a lot more of that, and then tie in a lot more swings on futures. And then maybe one day, we'll see. I'm always open to new tools. NVIDIA's climbing hard. ES is chopping in a 3-point range the past about 20 minutes. I'm going to mute. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. When's the Apex next Apex request out or payout request time? What is it? 10 days? 12 days? OM coin? Yeah. OM coin, baby. $18,700. What do we got going on here? 5301. They have 5315 on. Let me track the options data at the moment. They have removed all negative gex down into positive gex territory, which is all here. They literally, I just watched them roll everything off. Exceptional. Wow. Everything rolled off. 18,688. There we go. A little bit of red. What are they going to do with this baby? It's hot in this office. You want to hear a funny story? Let's see, 681. Hold on a second. Where's this liquidity at? The Dow and Russell are getting killed. Absolutely getting killed. Used to play the opposite wood. Oh my gosh. So y'all know I need a UPS for my computer. I've been looking to get one. I've got a pretty advanced surge protector, but I need a UPS. So I've got this old dilapidated farmhouse on my property. Like literally, there's like holes in the ceiling, inch of water, dead raccoons, nasty. So I go in there yesterday to clear out a couple of stuff because we're getting ready to demolish it. And in the top of a closet, I see an old a UPS. That's actually not old. It looks fairly new, almost brand new condition. I'm like, how random is that? 5,300. Just bought BRK. Nice. SPY's feed frozen up on trading view. Yeah, I don't know why. Still coming off here. There goes Nvidia. There goes NASDAQ on down. Man, this market's getting killed right now. Russell's coming off here too. Russell's getting killed. NASDAQ is getting killed. Government put it there for you so you could play. Dan, you need to take a break, buddy. Take a break. If you're having a rough day, just take a break. Take a break. Some days are like this. Can you safely use the house for target practice before you demolish it? I would love to, but it's right beside the road. It's like literally right up on the road. It's the front of the property. All right. What was that end of the day rally? That was the end of month buy up. Just rebalancing. Rebalancing. $52.98 down to 95, still dropping. Nice little red move so far. Large red moves across the board, man. Jeez Louise, dude. If Apple breaks down along with Nvidia, we'll probably have a decent drawdown here on the market. It may be another 30, 40 points on NASDAQ. It's very, very slow, so I want to be very careful putting on some positions here, like I said, with a lot of wiki stuff. Obviously, some people are having issues, and rightfully so. This market's all over the place. 52.98 looks like they want 95. Russell is getting creamed here. Look at the Russell. Absolutely getting liquidated at the moment. Absolutely getting liquidated. ES is here. There goes red. There goes Nvidia on down. There goes Nvidia. 52.98 trying to get that 95. God, look at the Russell. Should have been shorting Russell this whole time. Breaking down. Large red engulfings right there. Boom. Down. Wow. There we go. Trying to come on down to 650. Again, that'll be another test of 650. The market's starting to act a little weird here. It's starting to look a lot of fear. Not to mention undo a little bit of what happened Friday. There's a whole bunch of liquidity on the books from Friday. They're going to have to undo. And now the markets are just going down. Did I make any trades today? Yeah, I did. I did. Large red engulfing again. NASDAQ 684 and down we go. Beautiful stuff. Wow. There goes NASDAQ. Nvidia, VIX is popping again. Russell's getting crushed still. Let's take a look there. NASDAQ has 16, 680, 650. Yeah, Nvidia's 1132. They'll be attacking the 1130 area. Fear of? Just a little weird market stuff. Just a little weird market stuff. If they take out the 650, we'll play lower, but crazy stuff. Could be a grab down 1130 to push higher. Possibly. You know, obviously they love 1130. There's a 3-time bounce off of it. Not able to get there this time. ES at the moment has a 52.90 is liquidity with nothing else down lower. Oh no, I'll take that back. They added this cat right here, 52.75. They still want to top wick everything here, and Russell's still getting crushed. Still getting crushed. $52.94. Yeah, I saw that NASDAQ was having some market issues. All right. 52.94 is still coming off. If this takes out, I would probably look for a little bit lower at the moment. We got 52.93, another test of 46, which is where we've already bounced off a few times. Large red engulfing, though. Large red engulfing. What's going on with Berkshire? Just looked like some market data, a little weird stuff going on, mispricing. I definitely don't think Berkshire is at zero. It's just mispricing the assets. That's all. Data issues. 52.93. It looks like ES is going to fill this 90. Nasdaq just kind of briefly popped that 648 area, and we do have some nice support here on Nasdaq at the 647 area. That's what happened to BMO earlier. Yep. Yep. Hammer candle Nasdaq again. 52.94.50. Keep an eye on the Russell. Keep an eye on the Russell. I'm sorry I'm late. What $250,000 cat? Roaring Kitty, man. Roaring Kitty. He's now worth about $500 million at this point. Nasdaq bouncing up again. Back and forth. Someone just said Apex is paying Rhythmic to blow accounts. I wouldn't. I'd believe it. The test with dropping volume on hammers means a short-term bounce absorbs and breach. Possibly, yes. If you don't really have any high volume spikes around support, it's very possible that we could continue through that area. Yes. Right now, we're holding S2 on the S&P. If we break through S2, S4 is going to be the next target. There's not really much at S3. It's just a little target. S4 would be the overarching target here. So keep an eye right here. We got the morning low, which is now set at 52.95, and we're continuing to test that. Nasdaq continues to test this lower range, but yeah, I mean, if we don't have a high volume spike somewhere around this hammer, then I'd expect lower prices. You're welcome. NVIDIA right on back to the top of the range again. XLF still going lower. Oh man, what a day. What a day. Whipsaw. Churn and burn type of day. Churn and burn type of day. The GEX for the SPX is completely cleared out. They shifted off everything in this 5300 area. 5290, 85, 95, all shifted off the books. SPY currently is 529. Very difficult morning trade. 2 times daily profit reach done for the day. There you go. When you check the option chain of market open for SPX, what do I usually look for? Pricing skew, volume and open interest, and IV. Those are the main things I'm tracking when I open it up. That Friday move late in the day was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. Off to jury duty. Good luck. Hopefully not in New York. Apparently now you do not need unilateral decision to convict. 52.95 dropping down to 90. All right, here's another attempt at 52.90. ES new low of the day. Nasdaq still climbing. Still climbing. How far out are you looking at the option data when you first look in the morning? The first thing I'm tracking is the zero data. Anything plus or minus 30 points I'm looking at. Honestly, it's really where the options data takes me. Where is the data taking me? Do we have an aggressive skew on options pricing, one way or the other? Do we have a large spot of OI that I need to pay attention to? A certain contract that has a particular amount of interest. After that, I'll get into the trading ticks data, start looking at the GEX, start looking at any kind of delta feeds that I'm looking for. Is there any outlier data that I need to be paying attention to? What's the IV like? Is the IV 12, 14, or do we have an IV spike up into the 20s? Or 145? Pour one out for 2022. NASDAQ with another attempt. This should break through 650 and transact lower. There we go. Top wick down. And whoever I forget who asked that low volume spike. This is why. You have a low volume transaction which tells us we have not hit demand yet. We roll over and we put a new low in. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. VPA all the way. ES has 5290 liquid, which is about 4 points down. NASDAQ is pressing lower. There we go. Let's go take a look at NASDAQ's liquid. I'm going to watch liquid while I drink LaCroix. Yeah, jabronis. LaCroix. Is it LaCroix or LaCroix? I guess it's 18637. And my kids are breaking stuff. That's why we can't have nice things. Large red engulfing coming off. Man down. Man down. I didn't need that plate anyway. Yeah. All right, new low there, 52.92. NASDAQ doing the same thing. ES is coming down to overnight low of 52.90. If they breach 52.90, I would expect some sort of bottom wick off of that. But if they breach it, S4. Just be careful. NASDAQ is coming off aggressively too. There's 636. Finally taking out that prior area of a low volume test failure. Next on deck for them is going to be roughly 617. 617. Coming off. $617. Sounded like my house on the weekend. Had kids over, didn't even know it came over. Love it. Love it. 18,642. Still dropping lower into the prior day's levels. Overnight level is going to be right here at 621, 622. It's not the overnight low, but it is an overnight level. So watch this area. Dropping. Extraordinary. Excellent. It'd be nice if I could be riding the trend on Apex. Beautiful. $18,640. NVIDIA 5-minute bottom wicking everything. Yeah, they're still in the range. In my opinion, I wouldn't touch NVIDIA until they break the range. Break down and break out. Let the market tell you what to do. Right now, they're wicking everything, so I wouldn't touch it. XLF is getting creamed, which is showing pressure on the banks. ES is coming off. NASDAQ is coming off down, riding things lower. Excellent. 18,627 breaching. Once we take out 621, overnight lows. There we go. Breach. ES just took out the 52.87 and staggering down to 52.75, riding shorts lower, all the way down. All the way down. Oil is bouncing back up, which is good. Down we go. Down we go. Extraordinary. Here's 621 right here. Strong level for the overnight levels right here. Strong levels. 52.86. Large red engulfing down. Took out that level. Right here. There you go. There they go. All the way down, baby. Blew right through it. All right, I'm rolling stops. Finally. Freaking heck. Started trading the micros over options. Beautiful. 52.85. I want to take a short. Would you suggest reset of 42.95 first? If you want it, 42.95. I mean, maybe. I wouldn't necessarily be shorting right here. We're coming into a little bit of support. The R&R is not quite there anymore. So NASDAQ is getting pummeled at the moment. If you're not already short, just roll down. Roll your stops down if you are in a short. If you are, I'd be cautious. We are entering some POC action. If they give it out, you'll have plenty of time. But if not, this is the R&R on a short right now is a little bit lower. I'd be careful. $52.85. We have a little support down to 75 and 95. NASDAQ continuing to blow at the moment. There goes NASDAQ even lower, 18,600. Coming off. Nice AR. Beautiful stuff. NVIDIA is getting creamed. So now is where you want to start trading NVIDIA. NVIDIA told you what to do. They were range bound all day. Now look at it. Engulfing massive red candle. And down they go. Massive candle. VIX is skyrocketing too. Skyrocketing. Beautiful. Apple's still unbothered. Yeah, you're right. Apple's still unbothered. And I'm closing out some of my stuff. Extraordinary. I'm on a heater, man. I got to be careful. SPY price not updated on TradingView. Anyone having issues? Yeah, a lot of people having issues with it. A lot of people having issues with it. 18,605, they're putting liquid back up to 675,680 if they hold this area. So if you get a confirmed bottom wick that holds and you start to go long, I'd play up to about 675 right now. However, they are still creaming this thing down into the overnight levels, which is 539. It's dropping aggressively. $592. Large red engulfings. We have another 60 points until overnight lows. About 570 before I tried. I'd go lower than that. 570, there's not a lot going on at 570. I'd probably say that 540 right now is going to be overnight lows. So once this gives out this, right now is the prior week's low, the prior week close. I'm sorry. So we're dealing with a prior week close at the moment. After that, the only thing left is the overnight low, and we're just kind of smoking it on down here. So I didn't short NASDAQ, but I'm shorting the S&P, 1685. VIX is rocketing at the moment and still coming off. Now next on deck is going to be, there's 590. 539 is overnight lows and just going. Still going. NVIDIA is breaking down aggressively. So it picked direction. Now it's going. Now it's going. Option order filled. Nice. There you go. Beautiful. 18,580 and dropping. Aggressive day. Blasting. 580. Next on deck is going to be 539. Liquidity at 18,475 on NASDAQ. Where would I look for a bounce on SPY? S4. S4 would be it. At least for the first bounce. If this is going to turn into a downtrend day, obviously I don't have a crystal ball, but that's where I'd first look for your first checkup. We blew right through overnight levels on ES. NASDAQ is almost there, 18,539. I didn't short NASDAQ because they were relatively strong. I took a short on ES, or SPX put, that is. So I don't, I may toe into a Nasdaq short here if this keeps up, because we have about another 40 points or so until this drops. But at the moment, this is starting to look a little crazy. Nvidia broke lower. Now here's the deal with, oh man, still dropping. Look at that. Here's the deal with patience as well. When you're patient waiting for high quality moves instead of scalping back and forth, you don't have the missed opportunity cost. You're not all bothered about crap, and now you can catch a move that's qualified. Aside from the financial part of things, you can wait for a good quality move. Wish I could buy BRKA at 185. Yeah, tell me about it. Possible long at 40.72. 52.72. ES is still falling, 52.80 at the moment. I would look for 52.72, yeah, about S4, which is coming on down. NASDAQ is still falling. There's 18.573, dropping. That's 114% on a put for me. And I'm going to get rolling into a stop. NASDAQ. I need to toe into a NASDAQ position too. I don't like it. Yeah, CL is getting hammered. Right through my target of 76. Now down 74.40. Next target for that is going to be 69, between 69.90 and 70 on CL. They broke through support, POC, everything. And in order to take out a POC like that, you have to have extreme aggressiveness with selling. Extreme. Do you think FOMC comes? This might blast over all-time highs. I think the theme for me is going to be building volatility into all-time or into FOMC. So I don't know what's really going to be the outcome. I do think that the whole theme is building IV, building premiums in volatility going into one non-farm payroll on Friday, and then FOMC next week. 18,475 is liquidity, which is 100 points down. That'd be a tough one to see. Tough one to get to. Still selling. Guess I'll call it a day. Our trader keeps going out. Yeah. Liquidity is still building. They've got 675 on. They've got 550, which is about roughly at overnight lows, but they're also building 500 here, 475. Could this undo the buy-up from Friday? That would be unexpected. 50% of it, maybe. All of it, that'd be unexpected. $5.93. 50% on ES is 52.60. Yeah. This morning I was not patient. I took 2 losses because I was caught up in multiple things and I was reacting with price action. I'm taking a step back and waiting for major level. Today was the same theme for me, though. I mean, absolute patience. The same theme. The second I stop worrying about the prop firms, which is a complete waste of time, I start doing very well. Like, trade my BKR, which I started focusing on a couple weeks ago. So, when you boil it down to brass tacks, trading with your own money is far superior. I'm thinking maybe 525 SPY, then float on back up. Possible. How can we join your Discord? Link is down in the description of the video. Click on the link to the website. Go sign up and link your Discord credentials, and then that'll automatically assign you the permissions. You join the Discord, and you're off to the races. Good to go. I need to trade on props to build equity. Trading on a 1K futures account is very hard. Yeah, it is. I get it. Yeah. I also got a second business. Nice. What's your second business? Did you start 75 hard again? Or are you doing 30 insane or something? I haven't started yet. I'll be honest. I didn't start it yet. In fact, I had a whole bunch of ice cream last night. But I am going to start it. I am going to start it. I'm going to do. I'm not going to do 75 hard. I'm going to do a 30 day extreme version where it's just something to do something extreme. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'll write up what I'm going to be doing too, and I'll show you. So if you want to do something like that with me, you can. It took me far too long to get over the Murph soreness, so apparently I need to keep on with the fitness. Murph wrecked me. What's 30 insane? I'm just going to do instead of doing 75 hard, I'm doing a 30-day program that I'm going to make up on my own that's incredibly difficult. Something to test my mental toughness the next 30 days. I don't know what it's going to be yet. What weight did I use? 20 pounds. Social media management agency. The plan is to not do the work. I got a client yesterday. I'm working on hiring someone. Nice. Nice, Robert. All right. Another red candle here coming off. I'm still holding my puts, but I may start. If this breaks, I'll toe into a NASDAQ short too. No trading for 30 days? That would not be 75 insane. Or 130 easy. That would be easy for me. I would love to do that, actually. I just made up the insane thing. Yeah. Random question, but what time do you go to bed / wake up? I go to bed anywhere between 9:30 or 9 and 9:45, somewhere in there, depending on how tired I am. And I'm usually up between 4 and 4:15 in the morning. What's the reason you think TLT is rocketing? When the market starts to price in the possibility of a cut, the bonds are going to start to rally. Now, TLT has been back and forth for a number of months. It hasn't really gone anywhere in a long time. So when we get a real rocket on the TLT, like a real rocket, it'll be most likely because the Fed funds rate is beginning to price in a cut for real. Would you ever do a 30-day purge of no trading and solely focus on content and Discord education? I would love to do that. I frequently took breaks a week or two on trading back before the Discord. I just don't know if the Discord server would react well to me not taking any trades for 30 days. If I had to give one downside to being a server owner, it would be the fact that it's not really an option for me not to trade. I still have to do some sort of content or trading or that type of thing. I feel like the props are just an illusion. 150K with a max drawdown of, yeah. Is there such a thing as cash accounts for futures? You still have to have enough cash to clear the margin for the position, the leverage for the position. I think you balance trading and content well. Yeah, definitely. I think so too. I burnt myself out a little bit there at the beginning, and I've kind of stepped back a little bit to kind of live my life because the server was my life for like 2 years. I feel like the props forget my anxiousness to trade, and I can be patient on my account. There you go. New engulfing red NASDAQ coming off. ES is still selling off here aggressively as well. And we are still rolling, baby. We are still rolling. 18,567. Excellent. ES is still coming off. NASDAQ, it looks like it wants 500. However, the first target for NASDAQ is going to be, like I said, pre-market levels. Pre-market levels. I don't see any signs of buying up yet. So first target needs to be 5. The settlement, which is about 539. What a day. Just made my weekly target just listening on my Discord last hour. Boarded my flight. Not trading this week due to work. Nice. Keep calm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Am I a NASDAQ? Not yet. I'm just an SPX trade. But I want to get in a NASDAQ short. I've got my NASDAQ contracts up here. I might take a scalp here lower. I will advise caution on that because we are approaching overnight low. So it's still coming off. 18,568. NASDAQ still rolling off 568. There goes NVIDIA down, getting smoked. Dropping back over. What's the minimum amount to start trading futures? I think you need to have at least 25 grand in to start trading ES. Maybe 6 or 7 grand to start trading micros, but it really depends on your broker and what you're going to be trading. There's a whole bunch of different type of contracts. There's a whole bunch of different brokers out there that offer different leverage requirements for futures. It all depends on what you choose. Pay for my tacos in Orlando. ES is still dropping. NASDAQ is coming off 567, still straight on down. On TradeAway, you could trade one MNQ for about 150 bucks if you have a tight stop. Yeah, that's just not a good idea, though. Not a good idea. I don't see how that would even work. That's 3 points. What time is it? 11:07? $583. Never said it was a good idea. Well, I did what you said don't do. I bought some great puts daily for 100%. Could have been 400. I bought more at 525, sold for 80. Now I'm holding down 20%. I don't know how to handle the kind of shakiness yet, I guess. Well, just, right now I still don't see a lot of buy signals at the moment. So just set your stop on them. And if you're losing trade, it's a losing trade. So be it. Now we're getting a little bit of green. I'm going to go and take the rest of my stuff off here. All right, I'm back to flat for me. Closing mine out. 591. So we got within, 10 points of the overnight low, and they're still bouncing. So that's why I'm saying the R&R down here is starting to diminish for short positions. The R&R. We have a nice top wick on the daily chart, but if you look at the moment, we've got 540, 545 on NASDAQ overnight low. ES breached right on through it, but they're right on to that little 552.72 pivot. Daily goal surpassed, making good progress in my evaluations. Nice. Daily goal surpassed, making good progress in the evals. I'm hands off, so have a great day. Nice, Ash. Well done, buddy. Well done. I saw 10K on the bid on SPY 525. Yep, we're getting down into support here. So far, S4 is killer. Yeah, I think S4 will be about the level. That'll be about the level. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. $52.75 overarching. That's going to be another retest of that area. Yeah, IBKR definitely. IBKR is second to none with brokerages. Second to none. What are those red dots with numbers next to them? Those are stops. So the green, the blue numbers. What the crap? The blue numbers are icebergs. The red numbers are stops. And we are starting to see a couple of icebergs come on here. 250 on ES. All right. I'm gonna start look to go long. I think we may get ready to bounce. Yep. All right. 1852.84. Watch for the overarching skew of liquidity. Right now we've got 95 down to 75. NASDAQ has the 675 and coming off a little bit lower. Am I looking for a bounce back to VWAP? I personally don't have, I'm not tracking VWAP at the moment. However, I will be looking for some sort of bounce coming up soon. I don't know if we're going to really go up higher yet. I think first we're going to have to deal with the overnight low of about 543, 545, and then we'll bounce back up. And once that happens, we'll look for a play. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, we very well could start to undo a lot of Friday's action, the end of month roll off. But I'm currently flat. I don't have anything. All right, back and forth at the moment. 18,588. ES is 52.82 here. $5.83. VIX is 1343 too. The Dow is still dropping. There's no love for Dow just yet. The Russell is trying to go lower still. Nice, Dan. Just looking through around here, see what it's out there to read. Price issues with the New York Stock Exchange have been restored as of 3 minutes ago. Options data is back to 5265 on SPX. That's the main GEX for right now is 5265. SPY is 527. Qs 453. Let's go take a look at the options flow. Call selling left and right, which is to be expected after Friday's craziness. Not a lot of put buying, but a whole bunch of call selling across the board on a whole bunch of different names. I wonder if he closed out all his crap. It's already down to 28. I'm doing great. I'm off this, and next week I'm going to trade. Enjoy the weather. Stopped out 2 trades. Nice. Let's see what time is it. 11:17. Another top wick. Right now we are pinned to the shorter POCs, like the 5-minute. $52.74. I'm 3 for today. 2 SPX shorts from 52.92 and just closed my long. Nice, Liquid. Well done. Keep up the great work. $6.02. Hmm. $52.84, bouncing back up right there. Right off of that key level. S4. Beautiful. Really glad I stopped myself from overtrading. That is for trading ticks. Yeah. So that's why, when we're coming down to a level like this, there may be still some more downside, but adjusting for the R&R, which in my opinion is a great way to start trimming up your expectations and not overtrade. And keep you out of FOMO. Because if the market is dropping, even if it's got a little bit more to go, if we're entering closer to a support and the R&R is diminished, do you really want to take the trade? Scalping 3 points when you're heading down into a major support is not a good idea, because what if they check up a little bit early?